You know, it's me, your crazy friend. My name is Kim Ward. It is so great to see you. I help driven professionals just like yourself just find their fire and just kick ass. And I love what I do. And so I want to be totally just have a full-blown crazy conversation here with you. It's been a rough year. And I'm not here to bash 2020. Please don't. I'm here to say we've had to learn how to truly transition this year, right? If nothing else, I'm sure you've learned a lot about yourself and what you're able to do, what you're able to overcome, what you're able to achieve, and what you're able to survive. Can I get an amen for that? I learned a lot about myself too. I'm actually pretty proud. I think that if I hadn't gotten my gut health and my mental health under control, this might be a very different story. But I do have a heavy heart because I've been talking to a lot of business friends. And if you're trying to build an online presence, which sad but true, it is a blessing and a curse. A lot of New York establishments, it's just sad and frustrating and angering to see what's going on throughout our country. People's livelihoods. My heart really does go out to you. I've been in the online space since 2015. So I have been learning and implementing for 5 years on how to grow a brand online using the different social media platforms effectively. What I've learned this year, and you might be one of those people, is that not everybody knows how to effectively use social media. And so I've been talking to, like I said, a couple of business friends. We've learned how to pivot, and holy crap, like we could just have a whole-blown conversation about that. But I feel the frustration. I feel the defeat. I feel the deflation. So let me know if you feel me. When I say I hear and feel the frustration, the overwhelm, the deflation, the defeat, the confusion. And I feel in my heart that we are literally about to embark on a very, very powerful and a very transformational period, personally and professionally. I see a shift happening, and it's not just one or a few people. I see the shift happening, like energies are changing, things are aligning, and I know that you are literally in for some greatness. It's going to happen. And so as I'm talking to my friends, and this just stemmed from a conversation that just happened, it's hard building an online brand, right? And then we get into our heads and we think, gosh, I don't want to do a Facebook Live because who really wants to hear what I have to talk about, right? And then when you learn how to do Facebook Lives, now you're thinking, I need a good catchy title so people will stop the scroll. I need an effective description that people will read and see if this is right for them. I need to be on so that they'll stay and hear my call to action. You're trying to compete against everyone out there for attention. And now social media is the super highway. It's the Autobahn. I've always wanted to drive the Autobahn. So I was jotting down some notes. I don't script my lives. I'm fully authentic, very genuine. Whether you like that or not, you're still here. I don't know. And I wrote some notes down, just some ideas to help you understand, one, that you're not alone. Two, this phase or this season isn't going to last forever. And so a couple of things that have worked for me, because you've seen me, if we've been friends long enough, you've seen me literally cry on Facebook Lives. You've seen the stress, you've seen the uprise and then the downfall. There were phases in my career here through my 5 years in the online space where I was cleaning other people's homes. I was driving for Uber and Lyft to supplement my income because I was still trying to figure it out. And this thing here changes minute by minute. How many times just in the last 2 to 3 months have you come onto Facebook and said, oh, snap, that's different. I have not seen that yet. Or how do I do this? What's this mean? What is this? Constantly changing. I don't know how to be anything other than transparent and genuine and authentic because I wouldn't be true to myself. And I can't help you break through by bullshitting all of us, right? I wouldn't have the growth myself. So the first thing that I wrote down is I highly encourage you to get into a mastermind group. And the mastermind group isn't a pissing, moaning contest. It's not a whose life sucks more. It's not a here's my shit, so feel sorry for me. It's, hey, I totally understand where you're at. I've got some ideas, and this is what I did to overcome them or to get through it. Or, you know what I mean? We lean on each other. So the mastermind group is just like you and I right now. We have called each other and vented, but we don't leave each other low. We don't leave each other down and say, hey, I'm sorry, your life sucks. Let me tell you why mine's worse. No, we say, look, boom, here's the solution, right? And have you ever had that friend? Oh God, I hope I'm not this friend for you. We all have a friend that gives us that unsolicited advice. Please don't let me be that person for you. And that friend will be like, girl, let me tell you why he's no good for you. I told you, or it's like, man, let's go. That unsolicited advice will leave you feeling defensive, resentful, angry, right? It's like, damn, if I want your opinion, I'll ask for it. But when you're in a mastermind group, it's almost like you have that permission to say, look, I understand how you feel. And we're all here for change. We're all here to lean on one another and let's share our best practices. So it's not that unsolicited friend. It's the, look, I've been there. Here's what I did. Or I can definitely relate to you. Haven't fixed it yet, but let's figure it out together. So you can lean on your friends and people in your mastermind so that you continuously break through those levels, those upper limits, as we call them, and you just keep breaking through and evolving. We're in a mastermind every Thursday night. We meet every single Thursday for about an hour, and we have had so many laughs and tears and the most amazing transformation and breakthroughs and real connection and friendships have been born as a result of our mastermind. So number 2, I put down the word reflect. So I really need you to know that we learn not in the moment, but we learn in reflecting. That's really, really important because I hope as you understand that, you won't beat yourself up. So I want you to spend a little time reflecting and look at the year. Look at your business, look at the personal things you have going on. And here's what I'm going to ask you to do, please, for yourself, for your future, for your growth, is I want you to just be easy on yourself and look back and say, you know what? If you didn't like a particular situation, or maybe your business had a bad month, or, whatever, what could you have done differently? This is where the real education and the real growth comes in, if you're willing to accept it from yourself. You know what? I did this the other day. I'll admit right now, I've had a rather slow month so far for December in my business. And I was like, you know what? Maybe it could be elections or holidays or a pandemic finally catching up with us. I don't want to make excuses to rationalize the that's going on around me. I want to be able to stop and practice what I preach and reflect and say, okay, have I been consistent? Yes or no? Have I been laying on the couch watching Hallmark? Have I been doing my income producing activities, right? So wherever your heart is taking you right now, That's what I want you to reflect on. We don't know what's coming in 21. We didn't know what was hitting us in 20. But what we can do is when we reflect on things, screw the election, screw the pandemic, screw the holidays, screw the excuses, you and I will be able to look back and say, did I show up authentically? Did I intentionally do everything that I could? Did I put my focus in the right area? And if the answer is no, there's nothing good that's going to come from beating yourself up. But what you can do is collect that data and say, okay, now I know how to course correct, get my butt back in gear, and get back on track. And the next time this should occur, I know better because I'm living the results right now. And if that pain is enough for you, you won't ever want to feel it again. And you'll make the proper choice and decision next time. If you're ready to change, if you're ready to embrace all of that goodness, all I'm asking for is 60 minutes of your time so you can learn all the fascinating knowledge that I'm going to learn right by your side. All right? Have a great night.